Hello, Cherie Hanson here. I have been quite busy trying to deal with paperwork for setting up my will and all the things that go with that. It comes with my sense of tidying up because there is so much that needs to be clarified, and then I can go skipping across the meadow and not worry about it again. I've been having very revelatory dreams lately. I know some other people have talked about this as well. They'll talk about, I think it's interesting how we label our dreams good dreams or bad dreams or nightmares. But what I do is I look at my dreams as a map. There's something that my subconscious mind is trying to show me in the landscape. And I had the really interesting dream the other night. I was an actress on a stage and they were shooting a movie, and I had a part and I had a choreography that I was supposed to dance. But the only problem was that nobody there would teach me the choreography. I'm going like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And I just woke up and thought, man, that's just perfect. That's where I feel I am right now in this world of technology and changing apps and just rapidly flashing new slideshows of reality. And it's just, I woke up and I'm going like, oh my God, I was just in a absolute panic state because I wanted to do the right thing. And I realized it brought it up for me to see how much anxiety I have when I'm dealing with technology or apps. And I'm trying to find my way through it, but I don't speak the language and nobody is explaining it. I've got nobody there saying, oh, you do this or you do that or you do the other thing. So I thought the dream is really perfect. It was showing me how difficult it is in this rapidly changing world to be a perfectionist or to even be crappy at something. Just get it to work. I went down to Tut Street, which is another part of Kelowna, and the parking meters now had, and I had this thought as I was getting out and going to the parking meter. I know how to do this. I figured out how to use these parking meters. We're all right. And so I started to numb out and fantasize or, wade through the past wading pool or whatever the mind does when it's not in now. And it was going like, I don't know how to change the time on this one because the panel was different. And I'm almost in a state where I'm going, you've got to be kidding me. Is there somebody just going around figuring out how long it takes us to work some parking meter, some app, some tech pathway through, through our connection to the magic world of out there? And then when they figure out that we've got it, that is time when we have to change it all. It's like they're sitting back there going, oh, I think that they understand how to use the parking meters now. Let's change them as much as possible. And so I was hearing from a social scientist who was talking about the various elements of background trauma we have right now. Background trauma about weather change, about employment, about wars, about viruses, just almost everything is in a place where we're we're kind of like peasants who have the baskets, the balancing baskets, and they more and more things keep being put in the baskets. So we're like, we're just starting to kind of bend over from the sheer weight of the things we're being asked to deal with. And I think what is interesting for me was this dream really let me see how my conditioning, being raised in the 50s, is you do something and you get a right answer, or you do something and you do it the right way, and you sit at your desk a certain way and you're quiet and blah 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 blah. And now it's really like guerrilla warfare. You're crawling on your belly through the underbrush, and you don't know who's going to be shooting at you from where, and who the enemy is, and who to trust. And so this dream really brought up to me the fact that I was using an old mindset to find my way in the new world. That old mindset of you can do it or you can't do it is over. It's not about that. What it is about is, can you be curious and playful and gentle with yourself? I'm going to try and see if I can figure this out. And the other day when I got forms emailed to me from a lawyer, it took me almost 4 hours to figure out how to fill them out, how to download them onto my desktop, how to send the email back to the lawyer with the filled out forms on it. And I know it sounds ridiculous to anybody who's literate in technology, but I'm not. And so, the poor receptionist is getting all these emails from me. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe I'll just run them off and bring them to you. And when we get down on ourselves, when I get down on myself because something is difficult for me, that doesn't help me. It doesn't help me at all. How can I be curious and playful and gentle if I'm already in a state of self-abuse? You can't. It's like having somebody yelling at you, you're an idiot, you'll never get it. It's like, I don't know why I can't get it. Well, because you're so critical of yourself for not getting it. And this is the part that I think is so fascinating. How much time does it take you to get something new? And that factors in to the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s reality. Because if you can do it rapidly, then you are somehow safer than if it takes you days or weeks. It's kind of like defusing a bomb with a timer on it. And I was watching myself as I'm trying to do this, and I'm going, it's taking me so long. And then I came up to this wall. I stood there and I thought, so what? Am I less intelligent because it takes me longer? Am I somehow not as high status if it takes me somewhat longer? Who is it that's judging this? I'm judging it. So maybe I can just say to myself, you're going to get this. Just calm down. Just keep at it. You'll get it. So these are the things that are coming through to me right now as realizations. And that is the rules of performance of standing on a stage with the camera going and knowing the choreography, got it down. It must be perfect. It must be in the right amount of time. You should not be in a state of learning. You should be in a state of already knowing. And isn't it amazing when you really look at that? That's a dead end. That takes you nowhere. It takes you where it's not possible to grow. Because that moment where the gap is there, where you're looking over the edge of the canyon and there's this disconnect, this void, when you look at that, you can say to yourself, oh, it's hopeless. I can't do it. Or you can say, okay, well, I'll just poke around at this until I get it. I think we'd all be way more relaxed and have more what I call charge, more battery charge to be kinder and gentler to other people if we weren't so harsh on ourselves. And that dream was really showing me how upsetting these situations were for me because I allow them to be upsetting. You know, it's me. I'm just doing it. And this is the secret of all of this stuff is who's doing it to you? You are. So pay attention to that. Going forward, my intention is to be kinder and softer and allow myself more time and not be in a place where I am judging myself by how quickly and how, brilliantly I can solve a problem. If it gets solved, good enough. So that was my thought for today. And I want to thank people who are subscribing. More people are subscribing. I am so happy about that. We need to slow the hell down, give ourselves time and space, and really be gentle with ourselves in this time of, just wonderment. What now? Why is this happening? And we just get in a place where we really take care of ourselves. Take care of your body, take care of your spirit, take care of your gratitude garden, planting things in your gratitude garden and making sure that all of those things you're planting are growing. I thank you very much for subscribing, for making nice comments, for sharing my videos. And I say, as I always say, I appreciate you. Thanks.